So greetings and salutations to everyone who has tuned in and is supporting the program. So welcome to the Verandah Conversations. And my name is Antonia Valaire, and I'm having a guest today. I hope he comes on soon. So if you're new to the Verandah Conversations and wonder what it's about, well, definitely is basically I'm on my veranda and I have current conversations on various topics. Sometimes I might have a guest, maybe an interview or a discussion or a combination of both. And it's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Jamaican time. And I really want to appreciate everyone for, supporting, everyone who share, people who buy my books, and, people are always tuning in, commenting. And, if you have any suggestion, you can always inbox me. And if you want to be on the show, you can definitely, inbox me as well, DM me, or my email is antoniavalier@gmail.com. So definitely, I'll try to see what's up with my why he's not on. But let's, get into it. He comes on whenever I believe, or he'll tell me what's up. So I must admit, last week was a very tough week. I'm sure people who have been following my page, seen where there was a loss. I found out my classmate died, and it's always a tough pill to swallow when you hear someone die. I mean, death is inevitable. It's something that if you don't know anything in life, you kind of know death. Like that's the one thing that we know for a fact must happen. And but you still grieve and you still get sad when you hear someone die. And we're in a pandemic, and I know most people always assume that they hear people die or they're ill, it has to be the COVID, and that's not always the case. And my classmate, she was just 29, and I remember so well from college, and she just had a bubbly spirit, and so it was just so sad. And I lost contact, and that's the thing, it cuts you a little bit more deeper when you lose contact with someone who you're close with, and then they died, and you didn't even know because you have lost contact. But thank God, one of my classmates reached out to tell me. I was able to share it, and then I heard that Eloy died as well. This is someone who's more elder, but it's always another sad moment as well. And then recently we heard about, is it in America? Is it what was she, Miss USA jumped off a building, and I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about like why so many people committing suicide. Like it's always a thing. Like I don't know. It's something I've read up about. Like I just think it's a great task for someone to take their life. Like a lot of people might think it's hard to take your life, but I'm thinking it takes great strength because I don't know. It could be both. It could be a case of you reach a limit, you're so weak, and that's like the best thing to do. No, I don't want any. So no, I don't want any. And it could be a case that um I don't know what place you have to, because I myself have never considered that, so I don't know. But obviously, most people have reached a stage where you have felt like giving up in some stage. I know I felt that way. Like there's just too much things going on. There's too much stress. Probably your environment that you live in, probably your relationship, work environment, school. There are times that, I know this might be sound funny to some people, but school actually is very stressful more than some people think. I remember when I was going to college, right? And so I went through high school, and for the most part, some people have their probably their nervous breakdown in high school. I was very unfazed by high school. Nothing really didn't, and it was a tough school, so it would be understandable. But nothing. I was not on. I was very unfazed by it. And then I reached college, and I remember distinctively, I I cried. Like people have never seen me cry. Like most people have never who know me never seen me cry, and I cried from all the way from Excelsior Community College all the way to Alpha Tree. And I was on this young lady's shoulder. She named Anne Marie. Big up Anne Marie. And she's very small, by the way. I was small, but she was extremely small. But so I look kind of bigger than her. And it was just too much. It had a lot to do with school, and it had to do with family issues. And even though I still have a lot of issues with that. And I just remember crying, like I just broke down. And I was just crying, crying, crying. And so I know a lot of people have, they have their moments where they probably just cry, whether it's in front of people or they just in their room and they're crying. And I'm sure people have gone through depression. And I remember once going through depression. I wouldn't say I have a like a deep like how people say they have a depression. But like yeah, I like if some I'm very optimistic in disaster and tragedy. Yeah, I have a very optimistic mindset. Like everything that ever happened bad, I've always think that there's a way out. I always think that there's like this, there's positive thing at the end. Like most people who meet me, they can very much, agree with that. Like everything for me is like, yeah, there must be something positive at the end. So that I've always been my method. But I remember distinctively once where and probably people don't know about this because I don't know if I've ever spoken about it. But I was captain of school challenge quiz team, Spanish Town High, and we lost our second match. And I'm gonna give a little insight behind, this. Probably most people don't know this. So we went and we went very early. I think we reached here like 5 o'clock or whatever. And so we were to play, I believe, I don't yeah, we were to play the same side. Yeah, we went and we have a time to play. And we were there and the usual you're hungry, your anxiety, whatever. And we're there and we see the team not coming. I'm like, what's up? And we're there like 4 hours. And so my coach who knows the team very well, he calls them and be like, hey, like why are you not here? And the coach was like, we're like for some reason he forgot that he was supposed to come today. I don't know what happened. And this is a country school, so them are come way from country. By the time them reach, so we did much hours, so we're hungry, we're tired. um the judges are there, they're fed up as well because people want to eat. And they were like, so people in there, like they were like, yo, the rules, like simple, tell the judges that forfeit, because they are forfeited, so you just automatically win the match even though you don't play because they're not there at a certain time. So we were agreeing because by that time I'm hungry. Um, I'm fed up. By this time I went in very confident. We were all confident because we're well prepared. And as the time progressed, we became anxious, and I think it's natural. So anxiety starts to in. As the captain, also I have to be very brave, and I'm the only girl on the team playing. So I'm surrounded like with boys, and they are extremely nervous, and of course people feed off your energy. So when I'm pumped and excited, like they always feel confident. Minute my things start to dim, it's gonna affect the whole team. Anyways, they come and we're playing, the questions are not even hard. Like there were questions that I even know and I couldn't. I don't know. I got flustered and we lost the match. And I went home and I just slept. And I felt really bad. I played over the match, like what I could have done. And I, I almost felt like I didn't want to show up the next day because people had hopes and stuff like that, especially for a school, we're not known in that area. And a lot of people are looking up to us. People felt, I saw where like it literal changed. Like the first match that we won, I could see where it changed the old dynamics of the school. And that was like my first taste of realizing how, you could inspire your youth and inspire your classmates and even people who were moving like thugs and stuff like that. They were seeing you and they were like, yo, so my nickname was like Capo. And they were like, yo, Capo, I feel proud and whatever. And I was like, I saw that. And so I felt a way that, I it's almost I felt like I let them down, the team let them down, and it was short lived. And so that was my moment where I, really went into like depression. Like I don't know if you can look at what it is because I felt like the whole day I just felt worthless and whatever. And but as I tell you, I have a positive mindset. By the next day, I was like, "Yo, why you feeling bad? Like, you just couldn't help it. Like, we were inexperienced. That was one. And if you're hungry and you're anxious, there's just nothing. It's just a learning moment. And so I got up the next day and I walked into school, and some people are generally surprised to see me. Some people told me, like my classmate, they were like, "Yo, we're not expecting you to see you today. Like we know you would have felt bad and whatever." But my classmates did not give me a hard time. It was just like this thing in your mind sometime. Like my classmates were like, "Yo, yeah, you guys lost, but by the end of the day, we still feel proud." And so people weren't like disappointed or anything like that beyond the way that I was thinking. But definitely, it's one of those things, and give thanks. I got over it, but there's a lot of people there suffering in silence, and people are suffering in different ways, and you might never know. Anyway, so Dre'zz is on, and so Dre'zz, his current name is Andre Shakes, and he's going to tell us about himself. Basically how we meet and stuff like that. So I'm gonna add him to the stream. You guys gonna get to know more about him, know about his work. You're gonna get to know more about his show because he has a music in motion show, and so we're gonna learn more about it. So I want to welcome Dre'zz. I want you guys to give him a warm welcome. I definitely appreciate him. He is a very humble youth. The minute I met him, the connection was there. Them say good people know good people. So from the scene, our connect, that was it. And so welcome Dre'zz. Add him to the stream right now. So Dre'zz, walk on.
Yeah, all go on.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
that
you might wear up
yeah, man.
yeah man, him manifesto JAT t-shirt, and we'll
Yeah.
get into that so people know what this shirt is about, what the organization is about, stuff like that. So anyways, Dress, tell us more about you in terms of your personality. What kind of young man do you think you are? And tell us about your the creative industry that you're in. So
Mm. Well, what a question. But good morning to all. Yeah, with the veranda conversation. Um, me, kind of different in the sense of a lot of things, but I'm very much a Jamaican young man. Just not really,
explain further. What do you mean, Jamaican young man? What that mean?
yeah, we not really stereotype the stereotype for them put for most young people. I don't really mean that. So that's why I'm saying different in a lot of ways. So as Antonia telling you, I am a creative entrepreneur. You see it? I have several ventures that I do, you know, coming on well here and there. Yeah. So me, I'm just a free spirited spiritual person, you know, um, happy, fun loving, you know. That's me that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Creative,
yeah, yeah.
innovative, all of them type of stuff there. The person you can talk to about almost anything. Yeah, no judgment, just all of that. So I
Yeah,
just
so you're
positive
cool.
energy, man. Love and light.
Yeah. So what titles would you put on yourself in terms of the creative areas, like producer, beatboxer, whatever? Tell the people them.
Well, I do have portion of things. So. Some would say me a jack of all trade, and them say about jack of all trades, there's no master really. But
So tell me what,
first
what you think you have
I would
mastered
say
or in the process of mastering
I
then.
would say music is my four thing, Music. I love music gone to bed. So the
Mm-hmm.
making of music, the whole creation process, all of that, just love it. So I do engineering. Yeah, that's one of my jobs. I also make beats. Why this dog choose
Okay.
to come play right here right now? Yeah, I make beats. I also used to do photography.
Whoa.
I, I sing. I write.
Yeah.
Uh, what else? I used to select.
Whoa. You have tried
MC.
everything, man. Dre'zz, like you really is a man of all trades.
Yeah, I'm
And
going for it,
I
man.
can contest that you're very good at producing, singing, writing. Like from a meet, I was like, this youth is phenomenal. Like he's so great. Him have so much talent, and then him humble with it. Like that's like the biggest thing. Like to be humble.
Yeah,
So when did you venture into music professionally?
professionally. All right, I would say professionally 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2013, 2014. That's when I really started putting out music. I was in a, well, we started a group, me and two other individuals, or three other individuals. Yeah, we started a group and make two, three beats for the group, as well as, organize the production them and so we get them mixed and mastered and put them out on iTunes, all of that. So that was my first real moment of, putting
Okay.
music out officially. But at the same time, I've been doing work from 2012. Oh,
Whoa.
sorry about that. Yeah,
Yeah, my
I've been doing
business.
work from 2012. Yeah, that artist, the unknown, had a song named Hungry Life. That got some traction on Sun City and a few radio stations and so that was going well, but that wasn't on iTunes or none of that. So that was
Okay.
just like a free run trying to figure out what I'm really doing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so after that 2013 RMG, then I was working with a place, production named Fireplace, and we put together some stuff, a juggling named Good Intentions. So that came out in 2014, and then from that I just continuously been producing, making beats, helping people put together songs and all.
Real thing. So, what would you say is your vision for yourself musically? Like what you hope to achieve? Like some people say them boy, them want to win Grammy, them want to do this, them want like what is your vision for your music? And musically, yeah. What you hope to achieve probably in the next 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. Well, I hope to have achieved, uh, what would I say now, creative studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an idea I have right now. Creative studio. Seeing when you come inside, it's everything to do with creation, from art, drawing, graphics, photography, videography, music, as I said. So that's like a big dream I have, to have a creative studio. Say creation can be happening 24/7.
I
And
have
that,
an idea like that though. I wonder if it's
see,
a thing with creatives. Like and actually part of my, so I went to VT there, right? And
mm,
we did entrepreneurship.
mm,
And part of my, what do you call it now? My end project that I had to do was
Okay.
basically my idea. I don't really want to talk about my idea, but it's kind of similar to yours. And
Yeah.
it's basically, it's like a hub, right? And it's kind of out there already, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's fully flourished in that way, the way that I'm thinking. But
Mm-hmm.
it's basically to have creatives of different genres collaborating,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Like
Making
the
a
idea, like me have the vision, it's so real. The way I'm
mm-hmm.
see it, all people can come together because basically we do it on an on-off basis, in the sense
Mm-hmm.
that right now, if
Yeah.
I am going on something, sometime I will link Dre'zz because he also design flyers. So I would tell Dre'zz, yo, design a flyer for me, come here, go up on a show. And I'm saying, what if I had a actual place or, a group of people where I actually have like graphics designer working together with poets and singers and musicians and instrumentalists working
Mm-hmm.
together. And is a thing that I have. And now that I hear that you saying, I'm like, I wonder if it's a thing that more than one creative people made these things because I don't see, for example, as a poet, I know people always say poets we just go up on stage and we read a book or whatever.
And
I actually see poetry in the sense that poets can link with instrumentalists, they can link
mhm.
with singers, they can
Yeah.
link with a variety of people. I see where the genres can come together and create a full package, and it's a thing for me that I'm missing. So yeah, Dress, I actually appreciate that, that
Mm.
idea that you have. Any more ideas or that's it?
Well, I really want to have like steady production out and so on. So, but I mean, like the creative studio, once that is in place, so much can happen from that. Because it would be not only for me or my set of people, but for outside people can teach younger
Mhm.
kids how to play instruments or to draw. Because a lot of people there have like an idea or a love for something, but they don't really have anybody giving them that hand or that strength that they need to really look into it and say, that this can work. Because me personally, I had uncles that play sound, and my mother loved music, my grandmother this and that. They always playing music. But I didn't have anybody around me playing no instruments or DJing or
Mm,
singing or nothing. So that is just my love for it, why I continue to push over all these years, because I'm 28 now.
yes,
Over all these years, I've been singing and doing all these things. It's only because of the love, but what happened to the people that want to do it but don't have no type of support system
mentorship
or
or whatever, or workshop.
yeah, and no type of determination in themselves to say, all right, then
Mm,
this is what I want to do. So things like that now can help younger ones as well as people who trying to develop them thing. So I mean, right now I'm not praying for myself as I really see where the world need a lot of difference and this
yeah,
ego thing and this selfish thing not really bringing nobody nowhere.
you talk.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's what me I try in my mind. I don't know why this dog choose to play now.
Oh, come here, wonder what's the noise in the background. So as I said that now, Jess, because I'm kind of free flowing with you in the sense I'm listening to you while I'm,
Mm,
getting questions. Because
okay.
I put down a few things that I want to discuss with you, but I don't necessarily have like questions. You see me? It's
Yeah,
it's a free flow thing,
so it's a free
right?
flow.
So as I listen to you, my question is now is it that they say that we're in a time of where there's information all over, with social
Mm.
media.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
people shouldn't really have excuse why we don't have certain information. But would you still say that, especially when it comes to our industry,
Hmm.
there is information lacking for creatives? And why I ask this now, let me put it more in perspective. So
Hmm.
now, as a poet,
Hmm.
in my area, as you mentioned, like I didn't really have anyone. So personally, I don't really have like a person in my community. Like I don't know nobody who said they did
Do
poetry or
that
whatever. I didn't have someone to look up to.
too.
Right? I used to
All right.
just listen to
Yeah.
radio and hear Muta Baruch and stuff. So I just
Yeah.
went and did it myself. So my thing is that even though in an age of information, I still did not have one, I didn't have access to computer, is the first thing. And I
At
didn't
that
have
moment.
access to internet.
Hmm.
But
I never
besides
have
that, I
access to
didn't
them
have
things.
access to anyone to mentor me. So
Yeah.
do
You're
you
out in the
what's
cold.
your view? What's your view on that?
Repeat?
What's your
What?
view that even though we're in an age of
Oh,
information,
the
people are
information.
still lacking information in the creative industry?
Well, what I would say, or what I say on a daily basis, you have a lot of smartphones and smart gadgets, but people not as smart at the phone.
True, true, true.
Just being plain, But really and truly though, the information is there, but it's not really in your face. And if you don't know what you're looking for or what
Mm,
to research and or what to grasp information from, you probably just be doing things blindly. So it's like you have the information in front of you, you have a million book, but which one to start reading first? Which one have what we need to start with me? I do.
mm,
So it's just like that. You have all of the information, but you don't know which one to look into. And then at the
mm.
same time, there's so much other things that can grasp your attention that you have to forget about them information around this. So years, weeks, months gone by and it's still not look on that. So I would say it can be good because information is readily accessible, but at the same time, it can be bad because you don't have nobody to guide and everybody
Ah,
can guide themselves in that
is the
sense.
guidance real
Yeah,
talk?
and everybody can teach themselves, better me say that way.
Yeah,
Because
man.
some people can read something or watch something, but they're not gonna really grasp and tell themselves, all right, then this is step one, this is step two, or you
Mm.
know, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
vice versa. It can work out good or bad.
All right. So, are you currently working? Tell me about Music in Motion show. Tell me about
Music.
that. Tell me
Well,
about that project.
that I think it was something in my mind before I, but it was like a brainstorm really. Because I have a virgin overseas, but he's a Jamaican still, but he migrated.
Mm.
And he's like, yo, Dre, I know you're always around, man. I need you to try something. I want to do a show on the radio station. So I'm like, show, radio station. Why am I telling me say? But in my mind, I say, this makes sense, can make something work. And I did sit down and I jot, and I searched around and say, all right, music. Show about music. Music always a movie,
Mm.
music in motion. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's where the name come from. Music in motion, because music don't stay one place, it's never stagnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then I feel just accent the music in motion show with my name, people can really run with it. People unscrupulous. So people will see you do something
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they want to do something exactly the same. So make sure put it Dre'zz so people know say I'm me. Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that now, it's just an idea I have, like saying I'm a musician, I'm a creative, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
no whole heap of musician, whole heap of engineer, producer, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not really getting no earplay, nobody not really listen to them like that. Nobody not give them no support. Me myself, nobody, enough people not give me no support. But I not really cry over that because we know the idea. Good
Mm-hmm.
music and good work will go far. So it's all about just waiting on your time and doing your work. So at the same time, I say, all right, then can I use this and promote myself at the same time, build myself, and at the same time promote other people. So this
Mm.
is a very good thing. So I'm say, all
And I
right
be
then.
looking at skill too because you are doing hosting job.
Hmm.
Have you ever done hosting before of any type?
No, first.
So it's a new skill.
Yeah, something
No.
new. I normally do like MC a party, like some little
Yeah.
weekly event or we normally keep in a surrounding community. But we never really follow it up to say me I gonna be an MC or whatever. So it's just
Yeah. So you
me
don't interview
free
nobody
flowing.
or stuff like that.
No, it's just me free flowing. You know,
Yeah.
I I I, I haven't gotten any big doctorate or anything like that in English,
No
but
man, you don't need a doctorate, man. You don't need a
I'm very
doctorate.
much versed in English. So I believe I have the required skills to push forth in this endeavor. Yeah.
It's a learning lesson. Now, to connect to what we are discussing before and to connect your show, right? An aspect of your show will be discussing things of music theory to
Yeah.
basically
Music DIY.
educate musicians and people in music
Yeah.
or whatever,
Mm,
because as we discussed earlier, information is always readily available. It's there,
mm,
and but you don't know what to look for.
mm,
And you are now having this niche in the market that you're going to bring this now where you're going to discuss certain things that you have learned based on your
mm.
own experience and
Yes.
probably where you read up on and probably from Manifesto JA. So
Mm.
how important that aspect of your show is to you have done how many episodes as so far?
Two. Saturday the third episode.
So
And
you're still young in the
indeed,
thing,
yeah.
but how important do you think that aspect will be when you get into it for musicians or creatives overall? What do you think you're bringing to the table?
Well, me personally, I wish somebody there do that when me I try. It would be so much better because interacting or interactive learning then is very much more effective than you just reading on Google
Mm-hmm.
say music. Music is very. You forget that. So me come to you and say, oh, this is music. You have sheet music and you have music where play on radio, music where play on radio, you have the rhythm and the voice. A
Mm-hmm.
rhythm alone can be music, you didn't know that. So I mean, it just bring the information across a little subtler and smoother that you
Mm-hmm.
can absorb it better. So that segment of the show is called Music DIY,
Yeah.
yeah, which is musically doing it yourself. So as the name suggests, every time I come with that segment, there's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be some information there that you
Yeah.
can learn from, whether it's to do with the production of music,
Mm-hmm.
putting music, a song together, or whatever the case. But something is there vital to help anyone in this creative space doing music. As there's no other show is all about music. But poetry, dub poetry is a part of music. I mean,
Well, a
people,
lot of people do. That's a
yeah,
very interesting thing, because
yeah,
people always ask me some questions, and
mhm,
someone asked me recently if we could like write a song for them. Should them know
mhm,
me as a poet, but them
yeah,
say them never certain. So I'm gonna tell them say, well, so poetry itself is a big name, but we
mhm,
have other things under it. So for example,
yeah,
you have things like ode, and you have
mhm,
sonnet, and sonnet in poetry is the musical version of how poetry is written,
yeah.
right?
So it's
And
not necessarily you
also,
singing it, but you on the beat.
right. And also, a lot of people, they don't know that, for example, rap, the P in
Mm,
rap means poetry.
yeah,
Many people never know that. And most the
rapping is a
rappers,
form of
they're,
poetry.
they're considered poets. So, for example,
Mm,
even Bob Marley is actually considered a poet.
yeah, very much so.
So these are things that it is very interesting that I read up on, and also interesting when I share it with other people. Even people who are musicians, it's kind of shocking, like them the years in the business, and I'm
And them
telling
not
them that,
realize.
and them are like, huh? I didn't know that. And I'm like, this is interesting. So,
Yeah, you
the
teach.
young can learn from the old from the young, and it's a thing. So that's very good, Dre'zz, that you're bringing that to the table. Another
Mm,
question is, do you think that there is a separation, or there's a gap, a age, I should say, a generational gap
mm,
between the musicians of now, creatives overall, and the elders? Recently there was a Joshua interview and everybody was erupted, and one of the things that stood out was he was saying that he's not getting any assistance from the elders, the guidance again. So what's your view on that? Is there a gap between the singers of now and singers of then? And what do you think have caused that gap? Why are they not connecting? Or what's happening there?
well, yeah, there's very much a gap. Very, very much a gap. I'm not bashing anyone because everyone have their own choice. But I mean,
Yeah.
some of the elders them do help the younger. ones coming up,
Mm-hmm.
give them advice and probably do this or that. But at the same time, there's a lot they're not doing. I'm not gonna point no fingers because I'm not here for that.
Definitely not.
But at the same time, I mean, a lot of us younger folks coming up, I mean, them have to understand that it's a different generation, seeing, and things aren't what they used to be. Very much not. Like me born in the 90s and Jamaica far from where me born come sit. And I
Yeah.
see Jamaica with it right now. So
Yeah.
what them have to understand is that music have got evolve, people intentions, the morals, everything have got change. Not now gonna be the same. So when them did a sing say, I'm gonna take you to the border. And them type of sing there.
Mm.
Nowadays, no man not sing that. A man more sing say, oh, man a chopper, and then man a dapper. Because them used to that, that them a say.
Yeah.
You see? So, at the end of the day, in those times, the thing was not saying there wasn't violence or this or that. But at the same time, the meds, the mentality of the people was different. So
Mm.
now, most youth, them are gonna try go where them see the highlight or them think the money there or them think the boss there. So
Mm.
most man are go trap because them hear everybody are do trap
Yeah.
or what them call the new generation of dance or whatever them want class it. But me not really say trap all and them shit because that don't make no sense. Cause you can't trap dancer like all not nice and all like when them come say you can't trap it. Because dancer keep moving. But at the same time, them have to understand that there's going to be evolving. And you know, as a man before, like when me know elders always do, talk to the younger one, them know, and say, you know, we can do this, or this is the way we normally do this, or this. But no, them don't. Majority of them don't give the younger ones no hint or no. So when you see the younger ones, no, get them little highlight and then find them we and get them little internet rhythm or them have them produce a bridge rhythm or whatsoever. Them not have to go through a big production company and this and sit down a studio. You can't really bash them because I had an idea for them little creative process that them in them space and then come up with them ideas and melodies, this,
Yeah.
that regardless if a computerized auto tune, this, that. I mind it come out as a creative process. So you still have to give them fair share then for say, all right, them come up with something. But at the same time, a lot of big man them a bash the younger youths them. And that now gonna make nothing better. That only gonna make them rebel more. So you're gonna
Yeah.
find so that they might drift more from the original way of dance and I go more to the rapper style. Cause you know the rapper them for them thing of drugs, this money, that weed, that gun, girl, this, that, pop, pop, pop. So you
Mm.
find say the dancehall music now I get to become a lot like the rapping, the nowadays rapping that. I won't even say rapping, cause rapping come from a different place. Because
But I mean,
go,
dancehall and hip hop is connected. Remember, hip hop originally started here,
yeah. So I
so the
just have to
roots
go back
roots
and
are
say
there.
it's just a cross threading of a lot of things are going on right now. Because remember I said dancehall come from reggae
Mm-hmm.
and rocksteady and them things, right?
Yeah.
And hip hop come from dancehall and reggae. The cooler can other people where they there
Yeah.
America do them little thing and a
I
toast
do the
and this
mixing, mixing,
and
yeah, and stuff
and a
like that.
toast and this and that.
Toast, yeah.
So yeah, so that's where it a come from till it reach conscious rap. You know the man them method man and mob
Yeah.
chat, yeah, and all them people them do different type of I say conscious rap there. Things to
Yeah,
make you
conscious and
think and
intellectual. Like a man like I don't know, many artists don't know a man like Kira, But if you listen
yeah.
like a rapper named Kira, those man they're spitting, facts and
Mm.
they must speak a whole heap of knowledge. And it's a
Mob
very like a
Deep,
rare thing right
KSR
now.
one and a whole heap of rapper there, man. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's straight to so that for sure Jamaicans and dancehall artists say everything has changed because even the rap game, the man them not rap like one time. No, most man not rap, but not with sense, no. Most man, not all. Most. A few rapper there will rap things they can feel. So this makes sense. I chew him attack, but majority of them this and that. I'm just mocking people. I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
saying
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But so them when me I said older generation, the foundation, as some would call it, or veteran. Them just have to accept what I want, not saying them should go along with, the freakiness or whatsoever, because Jamaicans naturally, the moral thing was to try to keep yourself straight, avoid certain little things, and so on, so but things kind of shift now. So when them have to understand, so things shift, but when you need to engage with the youth, them, like come see Killer try to engage with the youth, them, not necessarily say them to do guns and but you can steer the
Guide.
youth them and say, yeah man, you can do this that type of song. I love Jah. And they just make them come with them little, give them a
Yeah.
verse or two and make them feel good in themselves, say, all right, then the big artist such and such draw for me for a feature and me get to do a nice little thing and rare you can go and show and this. But most of them not doing it. So that I go
Yeah.
find I make the youth rebel because they must say, all right, you know with me, we not care. I go do my own thing. And that's what's happening right now.
Give thanks. So we're gonna switch gear because we're gonna talk about Manifesto JA, the organization. How I met Dre'zz. So he's going to speak um of his experience with the Manifesto JA program, and he's also going to tell us about what he thought about me as his project
Mhm.
coordinator. I've never really heard him what was his personal experience, what he thought about me the first time he saw me.
Ah,
What did he think? Did I handle the project good? I don't know. I'm not afraid, so you can speak your mind and
yeah.
feel free. We're still going to be friends after because I believe that it's a learning lesson.
Yeah,
and
criticism
so,
is key, man.
yeah,
It's,
so
it's just where you do it.
yeah.
Where should I start though?
So tell me about like when you first saw the flyer to apply, and what was that experience, and the actual day when you went to like go through it. Like tell me, like when you go and you have to stand up much hours, whatever, what happened, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, we could start from the start. All right, so I was on Instagram. See,
Hmm.
Instagram. Browsing through on my normal daily basis. I see a flyer, man, like, flyer, poets, artists, producer. So interested. But me save it on Instagram and continue scrolling. I never follow through with it same time. So
Yeah.
I have a cousin now, a cousin. She very much love what me I do and she always a try inspire me and motivate me to do better. And any little opportunity she see, send them my way and say, no, cause you look like it work for you and try it. You see me? So she see it now and like she say, wait, I never enjoy see this yet. And she send me it on WhatsApp and I'm like, okay. So I see it, but I never really look into it too deeply. She said, well, you say, see a Bob Marley Foundation, man. I said, well, I give it a try still. Anyway, I sign up on Ray. Them tell me the date of the rehearsal, about rehearsal, the audition and this and that. And I make myself present. You kind of reach late. So I was like the second to last person. Yeah, before Imani room. And I was there waiting for so long. I smoke weed, I talk to how much different people, I do all kind of stuff, Mr. Rhythm. I try to practice what I go do. Just to keep my nerves them from going up and start get anxious, So yesterday I go on easy, I take it easy. Boom now, almost my time. The person where they are wait before me, I think I was about 45 or 46, something like that. The person before me go now. I mean they are wait. I say, alright, then my time go. Butterfly them a build up, come. They are wait over there. I said, no, when me
Mm-hmm.
I go anyway, I go go one room full of male and female, different ethnicity and so on. So I mean, never really know if me are going to expect. I just see a whole lot of people. I mean, I say, oh, so much people are doing this. So anyway, me give them me track and whatever. I say, hi, my name is Dre'zz. I'm a producer, and say me
Mm-hmm.
I go play one. I'm gonna beat them and sing a three song. Me sing or two song. One not title. Anyway, me play the rhythm, me sing piece of one, and then me just jump in the next one and same rhythm. Me not even stop her. I say no. but they are rocking a bounce and them a video me. What the fuck? Never even seen none of them video, but anyway, them they was like, yes, like this, rare. You made that beat area and it was just all good compliments. Anyway, we get the you go ahead say you're in the program where we give further information. I mean that was very nice because I was so anxious. I mean I don't know what to expect. So it was
Mm.
good to know that I got a good feedback from a creative process. So after that now comes a boom. The day at the first. But see if you are who me this see before the audition day and then take time because me that person anywhere I go, if it's somewhere that I'm supposed to be or it's somewhere that I'm what me that's welcomed, that's different. I will start networking and probably talking to
Mm.
people. So that's what was happening before the session actually started. So me there I'm have to socialize and get to know who and who. So Mr. Career come now. Him at the man, the mentor. But me never really know him them time then. You see me?
So
So
for guys who are listening, Mr. Query is the music teacher. So he is the teacher that we had who
mhm.
teach us basically everything for the whole program. So
Yeah,
we got Mr. Query.
yeah, man in charge at that moment. So yeah. If you come off as stern and so me I say, I would have brother and so me have to realize that him are the teacher now. So I say, all right, me go and take in him knowledge. Anyway, me see Antonia too. And she did it, she just did it quiet like she can't mash hands. And I say, what? And then when them start introduce now, them I say this is a coordinator, this is the manager, which is Leslie, um, and so on, so on, so on. I said, okay then. I said, but Antonia don't seem like a coordinator to me. Like she just look like I wanna be like a regular um candidate or a person in the program. So I said, if I saw them say it, go I say it, go so. Anyway, me never know her from nowhere. So I don't know what she capable of or not. So I just let her take it. Take time now, I build up and get into the groove, everybody I know each other and we start make some creative process happen. Anyway, one at a time, them have like what I say no. I put the song them together and so and them I say sing a piece of the song you hear if you can work with it already. So anyway, Anthony, I go up there when I I said she go say a poem. Everybody there look for her, 'cause nobody never hear she doing a poem. And see when she start, I didn't remember how the poem go, but so, she start strong, everybody have to stay so look for her. So wait, I see her coordinator the same for the quiet like she can't mash on. Yeah. So she kind of strike me right so because I never expect that because she seems so quiet and she remind me of myself, like we just reserve and just the one side that easy. So that she always that image of me always having in my brain her. But when she do that now, I say, no man, but she's skilled. Hear them words she drop and she said the words them and the emphasis and I say, yeah, she's a good poet man. So anyway, skip forward again. We make we put a whole heap of different ideas together, make some beats, we do this and that. Um long story short, we choose what five or six?
I
No,
think around
seven.
that. And
Yeah.
is it 3 months? 3 months we take to do this, right? Is it 3 months, right?
Yeah, 10
3 months?
weeks. Yeah, 10
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah, yeah. What was your most memorable moment? And so more you tell me the most memorable moment or the most memorable person that you met, musical person, like from
Guests
like
are in the program.
well, they can tell me in the program and in terms of the mentors that we had for the day. So
Oh,
yeah,
well, a memorable moment. Hmm. Would that be like all the day when Vila did it, and we just have vibe and everybody just hold them energy and I mean it was just a
yeah,
good vibe. Everybody just hyped up and then when Mikey Bennett come, everybody just hyped up and when Craig come, everybody just hyped up and you know what I mean. So it was just overall every Saturday was just looking forward to see what's next, because
yeah,
you, you know, really pan out to say, all right, this is what's gonna happen Saturday. No, you just have an idea, say Saturday at this project we're gonna do. So you don't know who will come or who will take place, but you just know say
Yeah.
get ready on Saturday. So I mean, to me, still every Saturday was like a vibe. I'm always I look forward to Saturday call.
Mm.
Yeah, so I mean, there were very good mentors that passed through, as I said, Mikey Bennett, I have to big him up.
Yeah.
I mean, did in our program with him before, although I never get to complete the program. So I really rate and appreciate Mikey Bennett, as well as other mentors that have passed through, you know.
Mm.
As I say, overall, it was a very good experience. I mean, it was the first time was actually a tough guy. I mean, I always hear about dance, you know, this and that. Why don't fly out go over the business, man? Yeah. So that was my first time there. So that was really a good experience. And then being in the studio recording and in the rehearsal room and all that. If you know that Bob was there once upon a time, you know,
Yeah.
it was just like a overall energy, you know. Like spirit time they just did their room with it and I make the music happen. So that's
How
manifesto.
do you feel that you were chosen out of so many people? Like when him tell
Yeah,
us the
'cause
line
about
long,
about 48 or almost 50
it was
people.
a lot. Trust me, it was a lot of people.
And
Like
how
the
much them they
line
pick
long.
again? 12. At 12 then they pick or
No
I
man,
try and go
around I think 20 people or something like that.
for 20, but it
Yeah, around
you know
20 people it was original chosen. And some people they didn't them
follow
never
through.
put off or whatever the case. Some went to far and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of people, the line long.
Mm-hmm.
People did it from morning till it reach evening because I saw the line long. And
Yeah.
but so all
I
that was that honor and privilege
afternoon,
for you to
evening.
be chosen.
Well, that was great. For know that people really appreciate, you know, my creativity, you know, my versatility as well. So that was just a great opportunity and a great feeling to know that, you know, things when me there me yard I create and bring it forward to people who never meet before, never see me or know nothing about me. And then hear it and them can say, wow, this is nice, you know, and
Yeah.
to know that that's not my final, you know, like me fully shaped out and say this is Dre'zz Magni and this is that and that. No, that was just me coming in as not saying a beginner, but a person that wasn't taking I mean never really did take my singing career serious really and truly.
Yeah.
But maybe I make beats and do my engineering. So
Yeah, because
that
you,
really
you
blew
came in as a producer, but
mm-hmm.
you didn't only produce, you sing.
Everything.
Yeah, you do everything. So
Right, right. Song, help write song, produce,
you
do
design
some
flyer.
engine. Yeah, we design the album art them
Yeah.
from the EP to the singles them. Fill in and sing people lyrics for them too. So we just got
Yeah, yeah,
all out,
yeah, yeah.
just create. I mean, I have couple, two beats on the production as well. So go through and mix one of them. So I mean, I just want it to be fully engaged in it because I see that it's something very great.
Yeah.
You know, it can build me up as well as others around me. So just go all it, you know.
It was a great experience for me as well.
Mm,
And
very
it was
much.
the first time doing project coordination, by
Right.
the way. I've never done it before. I
That's
actually
why I
was
did
there the day. I actually so you're right because I was there the day. I did audition. I did so well, and apparently they called me the next day and they were like, "Yo, we love their audition, but we
yeah.
want you to be our project coordinator." And I was like, "Wait, I'm gonna be a mentee."
Huh?
And so I was
Yeah,
like,
so yeah.
because if you be a mentee, and they them call me and say, "Yo, yeah, we are getting something better. I will pay you." I was like, "Well, I can't. I'm not denying the opportunity." So it was great. I have never been to Tough Gang either. So
Yeah,
I
that
never
was the
do
first
project
time.
coordination. I never got Tough Gang. I've never been in a setting where like that, where with creatives, and I'm just to
Only for
create.
people and yeah, put
Yeah,
ideas together and
together.
yeah.
I've never been in that, and I dream of that. And since I've experienced it, I see what it's like. I feel it, and I wish more people could experience that atmosphere. And so it's a great
Yeah.
program. It's a great thing from Manifesto JA. If you're listening, you don't know what is Manifesto JA, please look them up. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and they're
Mm-hmm.
definitely a organization to look out for. They have contributed well to music and nation development and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They're awesome. So it was a great experience overall.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I can't complain,
and then the
to be honest.
theatrics also, right?
Huh? Yeah, man, them do theatrics. They have been to like London and stuff
Parkour
like
and
that.
skating and them type of thing. There.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
do
only for
wonderful
different
things.
help
All
help
right.
make the youth them progress.
Yeah, man. So people check it out. So my last question to Dress, because I know he's a busy
Mm-hmm.
guy, he has stuff to do, and people are listening.
Yep.
So it my question is, how can dancehall music make a bigger impact in society and the world? So drop your points. What you think?
How?
What do you think the artists them can do to make a more impact in the world or in our society today? To make the music
Well,
spread.
well, but that's still there's no sure shot way, but I believe the dancehall need to go back to your roots, like in terms of from the patterns of the rhythm to I mean the sound of the artist. 'Cause as I said, I don't bash nobody, but I noticed that a lot of people heavily rely on auto tune, and dancehall is not really about that. Dancehall is
Yeah,
more of a what may I say no, a rough sounding type of thing. Not necessarily say you sound like you didn't know a matches box or rare, but it has to have a little grit. Cause that's what people love about Jamaica, we gritty. Overall,
yeah,
Jamaica is not a smooth running type of thing. Even though them say we calm and easy and this and it's not really a smooth running thing. So if you are do the music and it's the dancehall sound so what may I say no, foreignized or computerized,
yeah.
it it'll take
You know,
away from
authentic.
your so yeah,
Yeah,
it'll take away from your sound, like the natural sound where people that look forward to. For instance, say Bob Marley are some of the older artists them, even some of the newer artists them when I really rely on auto-tune. For me use it as a artist, use it when I record, but at the same time I don't try to overdo the auto-tune thing.
mm.
That doesn't say it make your sound too robotic and computerized. It take away from the original sounding of the person. So
You know,
if you
so
sound like
human.
so if you sing a dancehall song, and if you sound shooby dooby dabby doo bop, you can't do that on the tune. That's a sound and so now we so yeah, now of the original. I remember dancehall and reggae is all about the natural, you
Yeah.
know. So here say the man say, um, let me try to find out. You even know what he sing there. Sing it away. Hear them talk about rise and fall. It all of that.
Yeah, we have a thing about
Them,
our music, man. The feeling what we
them
get
thing them foreigner them
is
love.
nice.
The
We
world
have a
overall
vibe.
love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
man, we
them
have a
see you bring that to the table, not saying the song them we put out no good enough. Don't get me wrong, I listen to them.
vibe. Mm.
I love the beats them and I love some of the artists them sound and real, but at the same time we not have the original thing boy where people always love. Same
Yeah.
thing for the rhythm them. Cause me get custom, So me I make rhythm too trappy or whatever. But me still have to know that the thing evolve so me can stuck around one part. I try and
Mm.
make boom, boom, cha, boom, boom. But at the same time, I still have to try to keep some of the original patterning of the
Yeah.
music and try to keep some of the original sound. So that way that it can travel further than if we just come and knock something on the head and sing. It can get some airplay,
Yeah.
but it's not guaranteed to go across the borders because the borders don't have things that sound like that already. They're probably from another
Yeah.
artist or whatever it is. So you might get that ear, yes, but it now get that push forefrontness. But when you come with something different now, like for instance, say Bob, everywhere is war, oh war. Them thing that people hear that they must say, whoa, that sound, you know, that's different because I'm natural voice one. type of message when I bring across, because that's the next thing we need to get to. The message in our music, as I said, not bashing nobody. I continuously gonna say that because I don't want nobody feel like say this or I feel like say that. Nah, stop nobody food, nah, do none of that. We just give an idea of the things where people overseas I look towards, or people in a bigger world I look towards. They want to hear more conscious music out of Jamaica. That most foreign people love Jamaica. The conscious music, we sing about Jah or God or anybody you want to call it. Everybody have them different God. But what we are talking about is the conscious, where people can feel and say, say, this make me feel like more, you know, live a different life. More feel like that smoke a spliff. Them type of thing. And I know, rah, 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 rah. Yo, what the energy there? Yo, give me a grand bag of weed. And them type of that are just for the moment. That is the hype there just for the moment. But people want can sit down and have a energy and all have vibes and say, say, I really think the artist I love the artist message. Yes, he said, you will find say people are more gravitate to that. That's why you see people around with nation bars. I say, oh, you know, like human and that and that. And I really say people love the fact that him saying not like human, because well, we are human. But at the same time, it is so real.
Relatable.
It's
Yeah,
so
relatable.
real and relatable that people have to just work with it. I mean, the feeling of it, how I'm singing it and everything, it just connect. You see what I mean? So, see, is a new artist that, but the message, although the rhythm have a little, overseas type of foreign thing to it, it's still I try to maintain that sound of a Jamaican message type of thing. So that's what me think Jamaica dancehall need. Cause reggae still I do for them thing. But I feel like the dancehall need better messages. The rhythm them need to abide a little more to the original setting of dancehall. I remember say dancehall is a subgenre of reggae. And dancehall, what makes dancehall is the pattern of the drums, the bass, and the instrument that we play. Otherwise, from the Jamaican voice, DJ or whatever, them they are the foundation of dancehall. So if you have the rhythm or drive a certain way or a bounce a certain way, and then me go for the money and then me touch you road and me no cut you load. Yeah. So that is an example of a dancehall type of setting. Nah, say I forgot how you know, but there's many other different variations. But when you use the original sound then something familiar and modernize it or whatever the case, you will get a better traction because people looking out for something like this. And
Yes.
then you put a good message and a beat where familiar in a sense, not really say you're gonna play what the same sound that people and play. Or try to make it exactly like showtime or entertainment or none of them already play. But you listen to them, get the foundation and then you build your idea to it. So the message, the rhythms, as well as the sounding of the artist them.
Yes.
Nowadays a lot of artists on this here. I won't be going around no corners, bite my lip and saying it facts. All of artists sound the same. Sometimes I feel wonder if I did an artist or that art. Because see the auto tune thing and the rhythm them will sound similar, the internet rhythm them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like most of the rhythm them nowadays are just cha cha. Let me speed out for me markets and the talk this and then that say she wants it. So it's like everything's so on the same. You can't have it so have some difference over there, so
Some
some difference over
versatility. Yeah. Thing need to be
exactly. So
versatile.
when I DJ them I play, it come like I see him artist, I see him set a song, them see him juggling. Cause sometimes I'll read him them if I whenever I see him reading when I listen to it, I say, oh no, a different reading from that one. It just have a different piano right or the drum just slightly catch different. No, we need to make the thing more authentic. We do too much ready done music. That's a much up thing. Yeah,
Big
ready
fan.
done music.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Dre'zz. So we definitely appreciate you coming through. So you want drop a shout out and drop your social media handles. Tell us that.
Shout out. No, me can't shout out. No bag of people, because they don't know. I can't remember all of them names.
Give
So
me,
much of
give
it.
me, give me 5 people in.
But my big up Manifesto JA, that I want. You don't know. Big up Graffiti M side Tringo. Yeah. Big up yourself as well. I don't
Mm,
know. They say yeah, I have a company, so I say, all right then, I have to make it work because Antonia, we got to make it work. Big up my mother and family. Yeah, because I know
mm,
them I go watch it on our time. Cause them very much supportive of me and my creative thoughts and ideas. Yeah,
yeah.
big up Echo Blacks. That's one of my partner in crime. We don't really I do no crimes too, but you know me. Yeah,
I'm not saying.
we've been doing a lot of things together in terms of, you know, KND entertainment. That's the next side of me. People who know we know. But well, I mean, big up Exodus, Nuclear Studio. I mean, Pandemic. There's so much place people I
Yeah,
can big
yeah,
up,
yeah.
but I can't all like right.
Drop your
So
social media handles now. Tell us where people can find you, find your music.
all right. If people want to find me, you can find me on Instagram. That's I am underscore Dre'zz, KNDJA. That is I am underscore DREZZ underscore KNDENTJA. That I'm a main Instagram. Also, I have an Instagram for Music in Motion. And if you want to get in tune to that Instagram, you just go on Instagram and look for Music in Motion Show. Yeah, Music in Motion Show. I think that's what
Mm,
I named it. All right. So otherwise you don't know Facebook, Dre'zz made that beat Dre'zz. If you want to find my music, you can go on YouTube and type in DRE. Is it a hyphen? I don't even remember what the
so like in a
exclamation.
certain.
Remember the exclamation right now. But DREZZMTB. When you search that, you'll find me on YouTube. That's my YouTube page. But two other tracks I have on YouTube that they're on Oneness Records page and Manifesto JA. So from your search Dre'zz, you will
Mm,
just find three of my latest track, IS Meds, Stoplight, and Faith. Yeah, so I mean I'm all over the internet. You can just
yeah.
search around. But as I said, the main thing on my main page, I am Dre'zz Candy and Music Emotion Show. And if you want your music to be played on Music Emotion Show as well, you can email me at musicemotion with dreads at gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Any last thing that I want to say to the youths who want to go in music? Anything that you want to say to them? Any last note or anything?
What you want to say to anybody, male or female, any age, that do music or create, I tell you, say, have faith in yourself that I want.
Mm,
Try to be as persistent as possible. Don't let nobody swear or tell you that this is right for you or this is not right for you. You need to find out for yourself what is right for you. So you need to discern and take criticism. I when you don't like it, you have to take
mm,
criticism. And the more of me get as well as praises, but now you stay humble and listen
yeah,
and discern and make sense out of nonsense, as them say, and take the good things them and put them here, so take bad things them and put them try to sieve and see no farmer good in there, no good no in there, just dash out. All right, so that is one I think that I say, as well as persistence. You have to be confident. No, it's not really easy because in this whole music thing, it's all about muggling and fashion and hype and rare. But me would have said to anybody, be yourself. So if you're not a high person, if you're not a flashy person, you don't need to try to please people and what them perceive of you. You see me, you do your good work and you will reach somewhere. Just do what you need to do. That means you need to find out what you need to do. If you're an artist, you have to know how you get go about making your music sound a certain way, get the right producer, engineer, whatever you need to do. Take your time and do it. Don't race. Because music is not a race. It's not for no one person. It's for all of us. So that's where I will stop.
so Drez, give thanks. Definitely appreciate your time. Thank you for being on the show. People check out him
Right.
work, check out him social media sites. The music is out. You can check Manifesto JA on YouTube as well, or
Mm.
Oneness Records.
You
And
can check out the EP, Make Change. Yeah.
yes, yes, definitely. And so I
Yes.
appreciate
Three
everybody who come out and support and give thanks for the show. And we only can get better and greater. So Dre'zz, I want you to have a blessed day and give
Yes.
thanks again. Next time we talk. So
Yeah,
big up.
yeah, man. Blessings all the time. And big up to all here watching and listening. It's an
Yes.
honor to be in your ears and in your eyesight.
All right.
All right.